Hi, Mike from the Rural Montana family. This is just a short video about a thing in the 2020 Chevy Bolt EV that we have that I found out kind of the hard way almost. I assume the 17 to 19s probably have the same thing, and the new ones, 21, 22 Bolts, probably still have the same thing going on. And so, like with the Tesla has a location-based charging. So does the Chevy Bolt. It has a location-based charging, but Tesla has the location-based charging depending obviously on your location, and it will save whatever location you're at. It will save how you charge there, and it will save how much current you use there. And so that if you go somewhere where you use a level 2 charger, but you have to lower the amperage, then it will remember that. But it does not save the target charge level. That's what Bolt calls it anyway, the limit. So that the Tesla does not save that. So if you were at a location and the one day you want to just charge to 50%, it's not going to save that, but it saves the amperage that you let it charge at. And so the Tesla does that for every location that you charge at. It will remember what you were allowed to do there. It doesn't care about superchargers. That is a different story. But anytime you do level 1 and level 2, the Tesla does completely remember what the amperage was you did charge at. So now with the Chevy Bolt, you have home charging and you have away. But away is anywhere and everywhere besides home. And the problem with that is, if you're charging at home, and like in our case here, let's say we're going on a trip and we set it to 100% all the way up, we're on home, okay? So that's how I charge. And then we go on a trip, and somewhere on the trip we stop, and it doesn't matter if this is a DC fast charger or a level 2 charger. If everything is away from home, and then it goes to that setting. So the problem what happened is, we obviously left home, we came somewhere, I plugged in and walked away without really checking, because I thought it set to 100% my target charge level. But in reality, for away, it was right here. So that is kind of dumb in a way, because I got this here for home and this here for away. I don't know, that's kind of weird. I kind of think I should just have one target charge level for the percentage for my state of charge. I think this should be the same, wherever I left it last, that's where it should be. What it should remember is how many amps did I allow to charge. So let's see if I can go back here. Let's look here. So here we got charge mode, and you can see here it's 12 amps. And it's set to immediate or departure. I can choose that, and I pointed that out in another video. So if you use the departure, always switch right back before you leave on that trip. Switch back to immediate, because that's another problem. If you leave it on departure and you go somewhere, you plug into a level 2 charger, it's not gonna charge, because it waits for this time to come around if you don't switch to this. This happened to me before. So that's another weird thing. I mean, away from home, it should be different again. It's just kind of weird. But what it should remember is, I want to charge at home with 12 amps. And then when I'm away, let's go here. Then when I'm away, basically, maybe it should be at 8 amps and I should have to turn it up, or it should remember depending on the location where I was, but it only has 2 locations. One is home and one is away, and what it does, it switches here. And this doesn't really work right for me, I think. Same thing with here we go. Same thing here. This doesn't really work right, because if you leave it on this and you go somewhere, it will still be on departure mode. Even though you're not at home anymore, it's not going to switch to immediate, and that is not right. So that should be fixed, that anytime you're not at home, it should go to immediate unless you schedule it with a departure mode. And the target charge level should be whatever you last selected, and so that when you get somewhere and you charged at home to 70%, now you go somewhere and you want to charge full, then you have to set it higher. Or you charge at 100% at home, you go somewhere and there you only want to charge to 70%, then you should set it lower. But it remembers that, and that can create a problem, because if you charge 99% at home, then you're away charging somewhere, you don't even look at that, you forget this. And this happened to us before. We plugged in and it wouldn't charge. It's like, what the heck? And if you walk away and didn't pay attention, you don't know. And the same thing with this. If you're set still to departure mode and you plug in somewhere at the grocery store and you walk away, it will not charge. So it just kind of, yeah, it's not right. And I don't know why it shows 12 amps now. Maybe it's because I'm home, but I switched it to away and it still shows 12 amps. Maybe my last setting was 12 amps. That's possible, but for safety reasons, and if I remember correctly in the manual, it actually said it would switch back to 8 amps. So it's a little confusing here in the Chevy. It's not very intuitive. So GM can definitely do a better job here and should fix that so it becomes more intuitive and have more than basically 2 locations, not just home and away. It should have automatically saved every location that you ever charged at. I mean, that doesn't take up much memory at all. Just like the Tesla, it should save every location, and then it knows, oh, you've been to this grocery store, and at that grocery store you charge, you could only charge with so and so much, and at your friend's house you can charge with so and so much, because you may use different chargers and things. And GM also should allow you to limit the amperage of charging at the same time, just like Tesla does. So that if you can go to your friend's house and he has a possible NEMA 1450 plug, but only a 30 amp breaker, then you should be able to lower that amperage here on the display somewhere, so that he can charge at 25 amps, let's say, or something. But plug in your regular EVSE that you have, so you don't need multiple EVSEs or a more expensive adjustable EVSE. It should be right here on the screen somewhere, all these adjustments. It's also kind of weird that we have to jump around so much, you know, from all these things here through these screens. It's just not very intuitive, and I think GM should improve that. I know many people got caught with this issue, and they got caught with that issue here, that they plugged in and they couldn't get the car to charge, and they will call whoever owned the charger at the time. And if it was a bigger company like Electrify America or ChargePoint or somebody like that, they already knew the issue, and they were hopefully able to help some of these people out. But I know it still happens, and GM needs to solve this, I think. So that was just a short little video about this, what I think is an issue and GM should change. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about this. Did you have problems with this? Did you run into issues like that where you charge at home, you go somewhere else and it just wouldn't charge for one of the two reasons here? Would you like it to be more intuitive and like all on one screen possibly, so you can see all your charge settings on one screen, do it all right there and don't have to jump forward and back? Let me know down below in the comments, please. In any event, please give us a thumbs up for this video. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.